Hi folks, welcome to the ArxLang compiler channel. Today's session will be about another pull request, and it's not an implementation inside the core of the compiler, but this is something that will help us for the maintenance. So let's take a look into the pull request, and we will talk more about the changes, the new implementation, the new features, and so on. Okay, so basically this pull request is about implementing Makim and container sugar. Okay, in this case, Makim is used to replace the current make file. So Makim is a new library, a new tool that will bring the same benefits from make, at least for the targets, not for files for the compilation, but for the targets, but with a more robust approach using YAML file, and it has a lot of things that bring us features for free. So very soon we will take a look into the .makim YAML file, so we can have a better idea of the power of Makim, all the benefits and features. Okay, and the container sugar would help us to not sure if orchestrate it's a good word here, because yeah, I'm not really sure if orchestrate is a great word here, but it's kind of, it helps us to organize one or more compose files, and we can create groups in order to handle a subset of services for one or more compose files. Okay, basically this pull request is about that, and now we'll take a look with more details into every change. Okay, first we have the .containers-sugar YAML file and the root of the directory. In this case, we have here a specification for this new tool. In this case, we have a service groups. In this case, just one. We have the default group. The name of the project is Arx. The compose path is containers/compose YAML. We can specify a .env file. Also, the services for this group. In this case, we have just one service, and the default is the same service. Okay. For free, we will have options like container sugar build, container sugar start, container sugar logs. So we will have a lot of resources or features to explore. We don't need to define that. We can call this the container sugar from the root of the directory with no problem, and it will also create it will call the docker compose file, or actually the docker compose command, with the features or the specifications from inside this file. Okay, maybe it's not so clear for now all the benefits. So when we will have more services here, for example, for maybe some resources for CI and so on, maybe we will have more idea about a better idea about all the benefits. Okay, so all the places we are calling the make command, we are replacing for making, and here we had a target called conda-build. In this case, it's conda.build. In this case, conda is a group and build is the name of the target inside that specific group. Okay, here we have a new workflow file just for the container. So in this case, we have we are creating the environment file, and we are running the Arx service from the default group. The default group is actually the default group, so we don't need to specify that. But if we want to specify it explicitly, or if it's a different name, we can also call it with the group space and the name of the group. And basically this is the command. We can specify extra parameters for the Docker compose command, or the Docker compose sub command, in this case to run, and the command we want to run. Okay. Next, we have the change for the main workflow. That basically is moving from make to making and changing dashes to dots, basically. And also here we have an option for extra argument to our making command. This was like a very ugly way to specify a parameter for the make target, because it's not specific for this target. But in this case, yes, in this case, clean is a specific parameter or argument to or making targets, in this case the build.dev. So if you try to use the -- clean to another target, maybe it will not work because it was not implemented to that specific target. Okay, next we have the release YAML file. Also the same changes as before. And we have the Makim YAML file. Before we start to analyze or check the changes, the new implementation for Makim, the Makim config file, let's take a look into the other ones. If it's anything important here. So basically it's changing documentation and calls from make to Makim. Here the documentation, we are removing make file, we are adding it to the dependencies. It will be very nice to have it also as a Docker dependency, not installed from pip. But yeah, I think it's a good step for now. We hope to have the Conda package on Conda Forge soon. It will be very nice. But yeah, for now I think that's enough. We are removing here make. We are not using make anymore. Setting here, changing from make to Makim. We are moving MK docs from the root to the docs folder. Changing here some. Actually, this notebook, Jupyter notebook, is not used yet. We created some time ago, but actually we need to revisit these and probably update all the content. Now using Makim, we don't need the opt clean.sh anymore, because we have a more powerful way to specify this optional script or optional code. So yeah, that's all the changes in general. So it's not a huge change, but it improved a lot of the workflow. So let's take a look into the Makim YAML file. So here we are specifying shell bash, but actually it's not used anymore. So it's not necessary to specify bash because it's using conch. So if you don't know what is conch, let's take a look to the web page. Basically, it's a shell program, and something really nice about this this shell program is that you are able to run Python code inside the command line. So you can import Python libraries or use the Python code like dictionaries, lists, and so on. Also, you can use if, else, for, everything from the Python syntax, and it should work. So it's really nice to have something so like a modern language like Python in the terminal. It's easier to learn, it's easier to use, and also we are very familiar with Python code nowadays. So I think it's much easier to find someone that knows Python than someone that knows bash script, for example. So that's the idea of the conch, and conch is the default and the only shell app supported right now. Okay, so here we have the groups, we have the name of the groups, in this case it's build, we have build, we have targets, and for example clean, GCDA, clean, install, release, dev. Okay, so we can specify many targets we want here, and for the targets we can specify the help text. It will be printed in the help subcommand, or using the flag -- help, and the help will be getting all this information from the help text here and print the final result for the help. Okay, it's really nice because also it will add information like the argument. So for this target it is using this argument and so on. So it's really helpful. So here we have the target, the name, the help text, and the code that will be executed in the run entry. Okay, it's a YAML file, so everything you could do using the YAML file you can use it here. We have some differences or like extensions here, and we will take a look into that soon. Okay, something really nice is the dependencies. So the dependency here, in the dependencies section, we can define the target. For example, for what is the target for these targets for this dependency? Oh, we have this one, or the other one, for example. Let's take a look into some here. For example, this is a more complex one. Actually, this one. We have the target, in this case build the group dot the target, and we have a if statement here, if clause. So this information is coming from the argument. So the arguments, in the argument section we have these arguments, And we have this, for example, the clean. It's a bow and the action start true. And so in this case, this target will be executed just if in the command line we are passing the argument --clean. Otherwise, this target will not be executed. Okay, and yeah, I think in general we could talk more about these two tools, but I think in general that's like the big picture. We have the groups, we have targets, we have the help, text, we have also not sure if we have here, but also we can use variables. We have here the variables. In this case, we can define a just for this group, this variable, and we can reuse that using the Jinja template tag convention. Okay. Also, we can specify more targets, and we can specify as well the environment. We don't have any example here. Here we have for example, extra arguments. Okay, interesting. Not sure if this one will work because it's not inside the args. Yeah, probably it will not work. We need to take a look into that in a bit. And let me see, we have let me see if we have here. This is a really nice one. We have a dependence, in this case the build release, but we can, for example, this release has an argument, right? And in the dependencies, we can define also the arguments for this target. So also we can have information here from the environment variable as well. Not sure if we have a .env here. No, but we can specify as well .env files as environment, or specify it manually, the environment here. Okay, well, I think that's all about this pull request. We have something to fix. One is the debug, maybe? Yes, the debug. Extras should be inside the arc. And let's see if we have anything else. Okay, I think that we can remove bash as well. So 2 changes. So let's go back to this branch. It's branch grab Makim. So in this branch, it's checkout. Alright, here we don't need to specify the shell bash, and at the end we can remove, okay, actually not remove, but move it to args. Oops. I think that's all we need to change right now. Let me take a look. Alright, I think that's all. So git commit remove shell app and move extras to args. On the activate args, forgot forgot to activate my environment because it's running the pre-commit. So now it should work, I hope. Okay, so git push. So the pull request was here. The pull request actually, the CI pull request was green, so all the tests worked in the past. These changes actually doesn't have any impact on the CI. The debug is not used, and the shell app is not supported anymore by Makim. So yeah, it will be totally safe to merge this pull request. So let's do it. A bunch of changes and done. Delete branch. So yeah, I think for now, for today's session, it's all. We covered this pull request about the Makim and Container Sugar implementation. If you want to know more about Makim or Container Sugar, please comment in the comment section below, and we can have a new episode here in the channel just about Makim and Container Sugar. Thanks for watching. Next time we will take a look into some more details about the current implementation. Probably we will take a look into the next step for the compiler, specifically about how to use extra or external data container inside Arx compiler. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.